What's up, guys? I'm a noob does stuff, and this is a unboxing and first look of the ASG CZ Shadow 2. I really like this gun. It's full metal, like very full metal. Like the barrel steel, slides aluminum, lower frame is aluminum. I think the trigger is aluminum, maybe steel. Hammer's steel, which is nice. It's just all around built really well, and I really like how this gun feels in my hand and the build materials. So first off, let's look at the features. So the sights, these sights are really nice. They have a fiber optic. It's either orange or red, kind of in different lights it looks different, but like nice bright fiber optic front sight, and a blacked out serrated rear sight. I really like this combo because it makes it really easy to get your sight picture, and it's really nice and it's not confusing at all. So this barrel, this is a really nice barrel. It's pretty long actually. Like this slide is already long enough and it extends more to get this threading, but I really like this threading. It comes with this thread protector, this orange thread protector, and this threaded barrel. It's 14mm negative, which is nice, and it has what I hear pretty thick paint. So like you can already see on my hands, it's like pretty thick, like maybe like powder coat or something, I don't know. And it's pretty hard to get off from what I hear. I haven't tried stripping it with any like chemical strippers or whatever, but I don't even have any tracers, so it's fine. Okay, now on to the controls. So these controls, it has a safety, slide, lock, and mag release. Pretty normal, like very normal. The safety's on both sides, the slide release isn't, which is, I don't know, fine. I'm not a lefty, so it's whatever. The safety, I really like it because something like a 1911, you kind of have to, you can't really get it with your thumb. You have to either do this, like break your grip, or just do it with your offhand. But this one's really nice because when you have your grip, you can really just easily do that. And another note on the slide release on something like a the Shadow 1, this is the Shadow 2. I've heard people have some problems with the design of the slide release wearing down very quickly, and the material. This is not steel, so do with that what you will. But people have had problems where it wears down and then their slide doesn't lock back and stuff. So just as a safety measure, I don't know if they fixed it or not in the Shadow 2, I would just always power stroke it because it can power stroke, which is nice. Now onto the safety. This safety is like low profile. I guess that's fine. I would prefer it to be the like shelf design of the Shadow 1, the SPO1, because then you can like get your hand on top of it and it's easier to press. Because if you're in your firing grip, if you have the safety up and you're pulling it out of your holster, it's really easy to push it down. But if you want to put it back, you kind of have to like push your grip down. Push your grip down and then get like the side of your knuckle to really get in there, and it's not very comfortable. So really easy to put down and then shoot, not so easy to put back up. But for me, this is what I would do. I would, when I'm getting ready to go into a game, put the mag in, rack it, take the mag out, and then you're on double action. So you don't have to use the safety at all. Just pull it out. It's fine. Also, like I said, this is a double action, single action, so you can pull it double, long, heavy trigger pull, and then single, nice, short, and light. This mag release, I really like this mag release. You see it has a little bit of wear. The paint's not really that good, but whatever, paint is paint. This might rub on your holster a little bit, and we'll talk about holsters later, which is kind of a problem with this gun, but we'll talk about that later. This mag release, it's nice and big, has a little bit of spring tension, so like you kind of have to really want to pull the mag out, but it does drop, and you can undo this screw and adjust it up and down at like some angles, but I don't really see a point in that. It's in the right spot for me. Yeah, the controls are overall really good, except the safety, which is kind of just a personal preference thing. That's not really a deal breaker for me. Okay, now let's look at the trigger pull. We'll start with double action. So with double action, it's really heavy. There's this first stage and then click, second stage, or hold on, first stage, then a click, second stage, and that's your wall. And it's heavier. It's not just a normal wall. It's heavier than a normal wall, and then it goes. So when you want to fire, you want to go to the second stage, which is the wall, and then go down hard. The thing about this double action, I've heard that this gun is not really designed to constantly be fired in double action, which makes sense. So if you constantly firing like bop, 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 bop in double action, like if you're doing dry fire practice or something or whatever, I don't know, you could break it. So I would suggest not doing that. But once you do your double action pull, it'll cycle, and then the reset is nice. It's nice and short. And then let's look at this trigger pull. There's a little bit of take up, and then the wall, and then there's kind of a second stage, which I don't know if it's interference from the double action mechanism or just the design of the trigger. You see, like, this is the take up, normal take up, and then this normal take up, and then this second stage, which is kind of weird. I don't know if that'll throw off that much accuracy in airsoft terms, but it's worth noting. And then you have your brake. Because that over travel screw is there, there's no over travel. Overall, nice trick. Okay, so let's talk about this rail. So this, as I said, this gun's really heavy. It has a really big dust cover over here. It's pretty chunky. As you can see, it's like probably maybe a little less than 1/8 of an inch wider on each side than the Picatinny rail. But the problem I suspect we'll have with this is this single slot. I think this is for, like in real steel, you want to have as much weight on the front as possible so it doesn't like recoil as much, but that doesn't really apply to airsoft. So I can see this having issues with like pistol lights, because when you put the pistol light on, it'll be too far forward, so you'll have to, instead of like having the switch right near the trigger guard, it'll be all the way up here. I don't know if you can see that. Like, instead of it being here, it'll be all the way up here. And I can see that having some issues. Also, with a holster like the Black Hawk Omnivore, it might be the holster, like, imagine my hand is the holster. The flashlight will go in the holster, and then because the slot is so far forward, maybe it'll sit out like this, and then your whole gun will be exposed, as opposed to like this. So that could be a problem. I don't have a Black Hawk Omnivore, so I don't really know for sure, but it could be an issue. Okay, let's talk about these ergonomics. I really like the feel of this gun. It's really ergonomic. All the controls are in the right spot. I really like these slide serrations, even though the slide is little. That's actually kind of a pro because it makes it snappier. And this beaver tail undercut or grip undercut really helps it just sink in your hand, and it's just really easy to get a nice high grip so you can really point it like anywhere. And the trigger is just great. It feels really nice. I like it. It's not sharp at all, and your finger doesn't slide off it at all, even though it's like shiny and slippery. And these grip panels, they're like zinc or something, and they're checkered, but they're pretty slick, so I don't know. And I don't really like this blue color, but it's fine. It's good enough. But I really do like this checkering on the actual metal, like front and back strap. It actually really helps your hand lock in. So even though this is a really heavy gun and it's a little slow to maneuver, the ergonomics more than make up for that, in my opinion. Now, if you're really obsessed with weight, this is not going to be the pistol for you, because it's just going to be basically dead weight in your holster. But I think it looks awesome, in my opinion, and it feels great, and you know, everything just about it. I basically had no problems with the build of it. It's just great for me. Okay, finally about the features. Let's talk about this magazine. Pretty simple, like pretty simple CO2 magazine. The paint is not the best. It's like, you see, I've had this for like 3 weeks and the paint is already coming off, and I haven't really used it in a game. Feed lips seem nice. The what's it called? Seal seems pretty nice. It had some lube on it. Probably just wiped it off accidentally, but whatever. I do wish this like double stack, the thing you put your speed loader in, like the slot, was bigger. I've seen like the TM high kappa mags, this widen part goes all the way up to the top, and it's really easy to load, but this isn't, so it's kind of a little wonky. And it doesn't lock back, which is not really a feature I see that much on pistols. I wish they would bring it back. I remember, like, I don't know if this applied to gas blowbacks, but the first airsoft gun, like spring pistols I got, the follower here could lock to the bottom, and it was really easy to load. Also, you saw me really easily take the base plate off. You just get this follower, it has a little slot, pull it down, pull it off, easy. And you can just put it back on. And this is like the +2 variant. It says +2 here. Not really, like, doesn't do anything. So I think it holds like 26 or 25 rounds. That's pretty normal. And how you load it is you get this Allen key. It's pretty normal. You just unscrew it and then screw it in and pop your CO2. Pretty easy to work with. Not super heavy, like I've seen heavier mags, but obviously airsoft mags are pretty heavy, and real mags. So mag is nice, except the paint and the loading slot. So finally, what comes in the box when you get it? So you get this cool design, pretty flashy. As you can see, $180. That's the price. Get the manual. Manual's pretty nice. It's like printed in color. Pretty normal stuff. But there's no exploded diagram, which is whatever. Not that good. You get the gun, magazine. You get a Allen wrench for the CO2, some BBs, which are not here. And you get a little tiny Allen wrench for the grub screw in the grip, or not the grip, for the trigger. But I'm stupid, I lost that already, so what can you do? Like, you can picture like a little, it might like 1mm Allen wrench or something. I don't know, don't quote me on that. Okay, this is the end of the review of the ASG or KJW CZ Shadow 2. Final thoughts, I really like this gun. It's just a great gun, except for the weight and a couple minor problems, but that doesn't sway me. So yeah, thanks for watching. Comment below on how I did with my first review video. I'm planning on doing a long-term review once I get a couple games under my belt with this gun, but stay tuned for that. It'll probably be a long time, because don't even at me about uploading consistently. Not even in my vocabulary. So, yep, thanks for watching. See ya.